Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a review for the Seek Optics rose gold lenses, which I have installed here. I have two pairs installed. I have the top tier, the premium, which have the anti-reflective coating, some additional protective coatings to help with smudging, grease, oils, things like that, and the enhanced clarity. And then I have the second tier down, which is the polarized tier, which do not have the anti-reflective coating. And you can tell by looking at the back that they don't, because they've got that gray, darker neutral, where anti-reflective coatings, most of them have that bluish color tone to them, even though these are the same lenses. In terms of mirror, they are the next tier up. So I've got two options here in front of me. Seek sent these to me for me to do a review. I've been doing a lot of review for them, and I really like their lenses. They're very affordable. When you're talking about buying replacement factory lenses, they sometimes from the vendor cost more than the frames themselves. And you can get as good or even better in some cases offerings from third-tier parties like Seek. Seek is based out of Pennsylvania. They're a small business, great customer service, excellent turnaround times and shipping. And so they sent me two pairs of these to compare. I really wanted to compare if there's any visible difference going from the middle tier to the top tier, specifically beyond the getting that nice anti-reflective coating. So with that, we'll give you some details on these lenses. So I'll give you a look at the mirror. It's a very pretty, like a pink goldish mirror, very nice. And the entry points for these range from at the starting point of $30 all the way out to $45 at the top, and that's before any discounts or anything and promos that Seek tends to offer. They usually have a lot. They're great about that, especially if you're buying in bulk and you're gonna you want to try a bunch of different colors, or you're buying for multiple pairs of sunglasses. If you're a sunglass enthusiast like I am, if I find a set of lenses I like I'm very happy with these. I will definitely be getting some more of them for my other options. Well, they stack their discounts, so the more you buy, the bigger the discount becomes. You buy 2 or 3 pairs, you might end up with 15, 20, or 25% discount, depending on the cost of the lens. And the base cost of the lens is reflective of the amount of material, obviously. A smaller lens may not cost as much as, say, something larger that might be for like these newer Oakley Lateralis, which similar high wrap, but obviously they're a much larger lens material. Conversely, so we'll get into what I like to think of as like the 3 C's. These are a category 3, so that puts them in the what would like a good all-around variable light everyday wear. So they're not going to be too dark, they're not going to be too light, and they've got a nice mirror, so you won't see looking with, again, we're going to put them on, you don't see my eyes, you can't see anything back behind there. They look really good. And so if you're looking for a nice mirror, but also that works very well in variable light conditions, this is a good lens. VLT rating of 13%. I believe I said that already, but I just want to make sure that's clear. So again, VLT ratings, visible light transmission ratings, have to do with how much light the lens is going to allow it to pass. On sunnier days, or a heavy sunny day, you're going to want to lower something below the 10% mark, especially like if you're out on the water. These would work, but they're not going to be as good as, say, like a dark green maybe, or a dark blue, or a high blue that might be in like the single digits. But that also means these work for more everyday use. So very good. We'll talk about the fit and everything. So when I got them, my wife's factory lenses were pretty trashed. She wears hers in particular for eye protection, and they're rated for that, and they're great. They fit really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these out just so we can see how I like to take a microfiber cloth so that I don't scratch them up, mark them up, whatever. But the frame on these and most of the Oakley sport frames, you just take your fingers back here. Again, recommend a microfiber cloth, and just put a little pressure back there, and you should hear it pop out of place. Now there's a etched lining in here, and all you have to do to get one in there, pick up your lens, guide it into position. Got to face it the right direction, so that's my fault. and I try to make sure I'm not, you know, pushing or whatever, and you'll hear it just snap into place. If you're pushing too hard, like if it doesn't go, don't force it. Sometimes miscuts happen. Seek has been great about making those right, so you hear it pop into place, and our lens is nicely seated. So if you look here, you see that it's notched in the edges everywhere. It's nice and clear. Clearly there's no bulging. And then so we'll go ahead and we'll do the second one. Might go ahead and do a non-polarized in the second one, just so I can take the other two lenses, one of each, outside, and we can do some viewing to see what the camera sees, so that you see what it looks like outside in a natural light environment. But again, you hear it click into place, nice and secure. And I've got mismatched lenses in right there, and just so you know, like how little impact that has on your visual. I've got on the right side, I've got the high tier, and then on the left side, I got the middle tier. And as far as viewing experience, like my eyes aren't like, oh, this is weird, kind of like if you got a prescription set. So that's great. So with that, we're going to go ahead and we will take our two sample lenses outside, and we're going to go ahead and let's go see what the camera sees. So with that, let's take a walk out here to our nice, nice day outside here. All right, so we've got everything, and so let's look at what. Let me go ahead and we've got our lenses in our hand here, and it's a little awkward, so give me just a second. Gonna hold the first one out here so you see. Okay, it's really nice, beautiful color. They both have that same mirror. So from a visual perspective, the external perspective, you're not worrying about anything like that. We're gonna step out here in the sun, see what we've got. Really nice reflection. So now let's see what the lens sees. Where's the camera here? Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna do my best to get this over the camera here. Forgive my hand, this is pretty bad. So this is the non-reflective, the non-AR, and the camera is seeing it. And forgive my finger there, but you see what it's doing for the environment here. Again, without the lens, with the lens. Okay, so that's the non-reflective. Now let's take the one, you see the reflective coating like I talked about, that purplish blue. Let's see what that does. Okay, so that's your out here with the AR coating and the enhanced clarity, your viewing tones, and it's a very nice viewing experience. And then up here towards the sky and what you're seeing with it, and then there's the natural sky. Here's what that's going to look like with that lens. And so we'll go back. That was the higher tier. With it, without, and that's the polarized. So you've got the polarized, you can see that polarity where it kind of enhances the contrast on both. Really nice. Let's go and we'll put these back on. And they look great. I mean, they've got a great mirror. You don't see my eyes. And when you're looking up at the sky, it's a nice clear picture. I'm able to stare at the sun. We've got good, nice, sunny and overcast conditions today. They look great. So these are a great lens by Seek. Really happy with this rose gold. Kind of reminds me of like a champagne, if you will. So can't say enough about the quality. They always send me great lenses. I don't think I've ever had any fitment issues. These both pairs fit spot on, pop right into place, and look great. So if you were considering purchasing the rose gold for your frames, And you know, they're a unique color you don't see a lot out there, but they are starting to make their way in the marketplace with your as a everyday lineup brand from in your brands like Ray-Ban and Oakley out there. Maui Jim, it's a great great mirror option, good looking color. So give them a shot. Have a great day. And thank you to Seek Optics for sending me these to try out. I'm very much looking forward to putting them through their paces as the months get sunnier and sunnier here. Have a great day.